In today's video, I'm going to show you the perfect warm-up routine for over 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you don't need no equipment. And if you're over 40 and you want to become strong, fit, and lean without going to the gym twice as fast, then download my free ebook in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe Stark here. This warm-up routine is what we call mobility work. We mobilize the joints. We want the joints to produce synovial fluids and just get in the habit of working out. I believe a solid warm-up serves two functions. Number one is to mobilize the joints and warm up the body per se. And number two, cut ourselves from the daily tasks, from life, from the job, from family, from everything, and get into the habit of training. And this segue, this transition takes a little bit of time. We do this warm-up with all of our clients in here as well as from all around the world, and we do it ourselves as well. You don't need no equipment, and I'm also going to throw in some cool down moves at the end of the warm-up. You can also combine the warm-up as well as the cool down as a standalone mobility or workout routine that you can do every morning or every evening. Another important aspect of a solid warm-up is to understand that it's supposed to raise our body's temperature. And once the body is properly warmed up, research even suggests that we have more strength available. So the way we do it is we mobilize the joints, then we get started with the workout, and oftentimes in the first round, we use a little bit of lighter weights to use this as an extended warm-up. And once round 2 hits and the body's temperature is high enough, then our working sets begin. So without further ado, let's jump right into the warm-up. So what we like to do is mobilize the joints from the top down to the bottom. So we start with the neck. Bring both your arms behind your back, chest up, shoulders back, and now I look up to the ceiling as far as I can and down to the floor. Up to the ceiling, down to the floor. We do this one more time. Look up to the ceiling, and now pull your neck back as far as you can and down to the floor. And you want to exaggerate these moves as much as you can so that you feel these little muscles in your neck moving and you feel that they're getting activated. Now we go side to side. So now I look towards the right side and I tilt my neck as far as I can. I rotate to the other side. It's rotation and tilting. That's what the neck can do. One more. And again, we exaggerate these moves, because in our daily lives, we rarely engage these muscles. So now we want to really exaggerate it and tell our bodies that we still need them. One more. And now I completely relax my arms and I shake it off. Great. Now we keep going. Long neck. So I push my neck forward as far as I can. And now double chin, I pull my neck as far back as I can. One more. Again, I exaggerate these moves. Pull it back. I want to feel these muscles. I need that tension and I need that release. Exaggerated, think about this. We rarely do this in our everyday lives. One more. Look to the front. Long neck, exaggerated. Now pull it back, and now we hold that position. Imagine you want to pull your chin through your throat. You have an imaginary wall behind you, and the back of your skull, you press that skull into that wall. Now we hold that position. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now we take the pressure off the neck by doing a 360. And now go slow. This is not about fast movement. We go slow. Switching sides, the other side. Big movement, big movement. And we do this one more time. And as my neck reaches the back, as my head is tilting backwards, I let it hang. Now I feel that tension all throughout my neck And the other side, one more. Let it hang. Relax, relax, relax. And you'd be surprised how many people do not get this on how to move the neck. That's why we need these muscles. Now we move from the neck down into the shoulders, and now we lift the shoulder blades up. And now what I do is I think about, I want to pull the shoulders up to my ears. It's that move that we make if we don't have a clue. It's like, I don't know. But I'm aware not many people do this nowadays, so it's hard to learn, right? So pull those shoulders up. And now we're switching sides, the other side. Rotate the shoulder blades up. The back move is always a little bit harder to do, but exaggerated. It's not just the elbows, it's lifting the shoulder blades up. If you feel some crackling, some movement, that's totally fine. That's what we want. All right, and relax. And now we move from the shoulders down into the arms. So I bring my arms to the front, I lift them up. Now I lift them over my head. I keep the elbows extended. I don't bend them, keep them extended. And now I draw a huge circle. Repeat this. Do not bend the elbows once they reach the top. I don't want to see this. Keep them extended. And this is what it's supposed to feel like, that big stretch right in your chest and shoulder area. And now we use a breathing method. I inhale through the nose as I bring my arms up. And as I draw the circle to continue, I exhale through the mouth. And now, changing directions. Take a deep breath. Fill those lungs with air. Repeat one more time. And always keeping these elbows extended. If you feel that they're bending a little bit, you want to force these elbows to extend, because this stretches and releases these muscles. Because oftentimes we sit on the desk all day, now we're tight, so we have to open up. Now we go into the chest area. I inhale as I open up. I exhale as I close. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now I keep my arms extended at my sides, and now I start circling. And now I want to really gain some momentum, and as I reach my left or my right side respectively, I should feel some tension in my abdominal area and my back, lower back. That's what I want. And now, relax. Great. Now I keep that shoulder width stance. Both of my feet, I point them to the right. I shift my hips towards the right. Now I look towards the right. Now, I push my hips to the side. I turn my chest towards the front. My right arm now connects with my right thigh. The left arm comes over my head. I keep the biceps close to my ear, and now I want to lower my torso to the floor as far as I can, keeping the elbow extended. And back up. Switching sides. Both feet point to the left. Hips goes to the right. Chest towards the front. Left arm down, right arm over my head. Bicep close to the ear, lowering the torso. So it's an awesome stretch, full of that big back muscle. Coming back up. Awesome. Now we move from the back down into the hip area. Now I hold my hips with my hands. I have a shoulder width stance, and now I start circling the hips. And now I imagine I stand in a big barrel, and I want to touch that barrel with my hips. Now, don't just use your spine. It is hip movements. That's why you have your hands at your hips, and if you don't know how to do it, use your hands. You push the hips back, you push them to the side, you push them to the front, and no knees. Don't bend the knees. Keep them as extended as possible. And now we're switching sides, and this is such an important move. All these muscles that are connected to the hip, There's a lot of muscles that are connected to the pelvis. That's why we have to make that big circle and release everything. And relax, great. Now, the hinge. I have a shoulder width stance. I keep my arms at my sides. Imagine a ski jumper getting ready to jump. I push the hips back, my upper body tilts forward, my back is flat. I keep the spine straight. I extend my arms at my sides. I don't bend my knees too much. I hold that position, pushing the hips back as far as I can. If I do it the right way, I feel some stretch right here in my hamstrings. And now as I stand up, I imagine I'm stomping grapes. Knees locked, hips locked. Repeat. Hold that position. And up. Now bring both of your hands behind your head. Now the back of your head, you push it inside your hands. And now resist that pressure. And now I should feel some tension from my neck to my T-spine area, and I repeat the exercise. Hold that position. Up. Again, pushing the hips back, holding that position, stomping grapes. Great. Now the toughest of them all, the overhead hinge. Arms extended over your head. Do not bend the elbows. Keep them as extended, straight arms. And now as the upper body tilts forward, the arms don't fall down. You keep them elevated. And now we hold that position. And stomping grapes. We repeat. Do not bend the knees. Push the hips back. Push the hips back. Hold that position. And up. And relax. Great. Now, we move into a little stability exercise. So my right leg, I lift it off the floor. I shift my whole body weight to my left leg. And now, I'm drawing a small circle. And I push the heels down. I pull the toes up. And the knees are extended, fully locked. And now I try to draw a bigger circle. And as I'm drawing that circle, I want strength, no momentum. We keep it as stable as possible. Drawing that big circle and relax. Great, shaking it off. Now the other side, let's go. Small circle first. Now we draw a bigger circle. Try to keep control. It's all about strength. And relax. Great. Now I'll go into a sumo stance. Now let's take care of that spine. So I bend my spine. I reach for the floor. And if I'm able to touch the floor with my hands, I want to reach between my legs behind me, tuck my chin in, double chin, and hold that position. Now I get back into a shoulder width stance. I lift my upper body up, extend the arms overhead, and now I look back and I lean back as far as I can. And back. Now, one of my favorite exercises, we go back into that sumo stance. And now, this is gonna challenge you a little bit. That's the idea. So, side to side squat. First thing that you have to do is, we wanna bend our leading leg as far as we can. And now, if I can, I reach for the floor with my hands, and I lift my extended leg, my opposite leg up, and now toes up, heels down. Now slowly switching sides, and now try to get into that position where you're able to do that Shaolin stance. Now, if you're not able to do this yet, don't worry about it. It's all about getting into the groove. That's what I do. I want to bend my leading leg. Now we work on the ankles, we work on the knees, and we stretch the opposite side. So much bang for your buck with only one exercise. Always switching sides, and you want to reach as far down as you can. So I'm really working on this, right? Having my calf touch the bottom or touching the floor. And the way I got that mobile was through kettlebell training. And just in case if you're wondering what kind of kettlebell I'm using, it's the Pro Kettlebell by my friend Nikolai Puchlov, proudly made in the USA. Check the link in the description to get your Pro Kettlebell right now. And don't forget to use our code Lebe to get 10% off your next purchase. And now we do a second exercise with that side-to-side squat. So now I lift my foot on my toe. Now I take the ankle out of the equation, and now it's knees over toes as far as I can while keeping the other leg extended. Now slowly switching sides. And now you gotta get accustomed to this. You don't have to do my level yet. Take your time. But I want to really make sure that I get into this full wrapping effect of the knee. I wanna bend, I wanna extend. I wanna make sure my joints, my muscles, my ligaments, I move them as much as I can. One more. I really love that knees over toe stuff. Holding that position and back. Now, I sit down into the bottom of a squat. And now I want to get comfortable and get uncomfortable. So if you're able to go as deep, that's fine. If not, it's all good. Relax your arms, relax your head. Now I lay on my back. My feet still have contact with the floor. Knees are bent, arms at my sides. Now I push my hips up. Now here's what I want to do. I want to reconnect that hip, that mind muscle connection to my glutes. So as you can see, I'm now lifting my left leg up. I keep it extended and I press from the right midfoot, pushing the hips up to the ceiling. Switching sides, holding that position. And now both legs on the floor, arms in the cross. Lift that left leg up and try to reach your right hand with your left foot. And as you're able to do so, your left arm, you press it down and you look towards the left side. Tilting the neck to the left side. Now we're switching sides. Hold that position. And back up. And now, this marks the end of the mobility warm-up. What we then do is do some little slow jogging or extend the warm-up with our first round of our workout. But this is how we mobilize the joints. And now, as a cool down, what we like to do is the world's greatest stretch, so a little variation that we came up with. So I want to show you this too. I take a big step forward, a big lunge. Now both of my hands are reached towards the floor. And now my leg that's behind me, I want to keep it extended. I really want to straighten that leg, and my left leg, my leading leg here, I bend it. Now I try to reach for the floor with my left elbow. Now if you see it from the side, this is what it's supposed to look like. I also like to call this the Spider-Man stretch. So hold that position. Now hands on your neck. Now rotate with your left elbow down to your right hand. Bring it up to the ceiling and extend your arm. Hold that position. Now switching sides, left hand goes down, right arm goes up. Now hold that position. Now shift your whole body weight to your leg that's behind you and try to keep that left leg extended. Remember this exercise, that side-to-side squat. Now that right knee touches the floor. Now I'm pushing my hips down as far as I can, holding that position. And now I'm switching sides. It's the same thing towards the other side. So right elbow down, left leg extended. You can also straighten your arm, going to that spidey stretch move. Now, hand on the neck, rotate towards the left hand, come up, extend the arm, come back down, left arm comes up. Now shift your whole body weight to your leg that's behind you. Extend the leg that's in front of you. Now, left knee touches the floor. Push the left part of your pelvis down to the floor. Hold that position. Now, I lay on my stomach, hands at chest level, toes anchored into the floor. I press my upper body up and push the hips down and look up to the ceiling. Now, knees go down, hips go up. Extend your arms in front of you. Chest goes down, hold that position. And one of the final stretches that I came up with in my personal workouts is the samurai stretch. So I'm down on my knees. I extend my feet behind me. So now my whole body weight now is shifted on my foot. Now I feel that pressure right here on my interior side on my legs. Now arms back, chest up. Now I can stretch my front, almost all muscles. And coming back up. And this marks the end of the cool down. Finally, what I also use as a warm-up is the Mace. And I'm not a specialist when it comes to Mace training, but I believe the Mace gives you an ability to train in the plane of motion, mobilize the shoulders from a perspective that we rarely engage ourselves in. And since I'm not a specialist in that regard, I just do what I've been told. I want to forward you to my main man, the Flying Dutchman. Albert Ekberts, I believe he's the go-to guy when it comes to club bells, maces, and all that good stuff. All these awesome training modalities that are related to kettlebell training. So make sure you go check him out. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And if you made it this far, download my free ebook in the first link in the description called the Kettlebell Code. I've shown you a solid warm-up and all that mobility I have gained through kettlebell training. And if you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time, but you want to take care of your fitness, but you don't want to go to a gym, this is where the kettlebell comes in. And I can help you get started with that juicy ebook, 16 pages filled with powerful information to help you get started. And you can download it right now in the first link in the description, 100% free.